Hello there, it's Delta 7554 with a new video covering the Knight's house formation, as well as the special rules that come with them, including the new and lethal trait, Engine Killer. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Now without further ado, let's go and dive in. Okay, so we remember that in our older video, that your army constitutes up to 70% of your forces, with the remaining 30% being occupied with an allied force. This includes knight households, so it definitely is confirmed that all the Adeptus Titanicus models will be returning, maybe in new boxes like the terrain. So let's have a look first at the formation. The formation is made of a single banner. You can then add two of the same type of knight, so if you use a Cerastus knight, then you have to add two more Cerastus knights. From what the article seems to say, you can then upgrade one of them to a different type, so if you have 3 Cerastus knights, one can be upgraded into a Atropos variant, and you can increase your numbers by having Talon of Armiger or a Talon of Moirix knights tagging along. So my thoughts on this is that you can use these units as a more flexible part of your forces. On top of this, we have very sturdy saves, with the Armigers getting a 3+ save whilst Knights Acastus get 2+, which means these units can get as lethal as Titans. Also, every knight is equipped with Ion Shield, which we will cover next. This rule basically renders the armor-piercing value of your attacks null and void, unless you attack the rear arc of the knight, which we will cover soon. My thoughts on this is leaning towards you using this to your advantage in hunting vehicles greatly, as any armor-piercing value is rendered ineffective, but one disadvantage I can see is that if you need to move them back, then you are going to be really exposed unless you had another knight stood covering them. Okay, that's covered the Ion Shield. Let's have a look at the next item, which is the Knight Arcs. Now, as we can see here, unlike Age of Darkness, where vehicles had a front, 2 sides and a rear arc. For vehicles in Legion's Imperialis, you only have 2 arcs. A front and a rear arc. I am guessing that vehicles with turrets can fire in the rear arc, while fixed weapon vehicles like Vindicators cannot. However, for vehicles and other units with no weapons that can fire in the rear arc, you can use this to your advantage by having missile-equipped troops or other vehicles flanking around the back and dealing a good amount of damage. Now, there is not much else on this, so we will now go to our next and final item, which is the Engine Killer trait. Certain weapons like the Thermal Spear, Thermal Cannon and Atropos Lascutter have the Engine Killer trait. This trait appears to be geared towards hitting heavy armor, knights and even titans. Upon suffering a wound caused by an engine killer weapon, they also suffer a number of additional wounds equal to the value in brackets. So for example, if the weapon has an engine killer value of 4 and you were attacking a Baneblade which has 2 wounds, then it's Good Night Baneblade, making this a rather lethal trait. So that is all we have from this article. This is going to make you use your knights and titans in a more strategic sense, and while powerful, even the greatest titan can be laid low by a group of knights. There will be more coverage next week where we will see the Titans and even the air support. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video.